Students, welcome to SV Union High School and Junior College. We are continuing with the chapter number 2, that is Introduction to Database Management System. In this chapter, the next session we are going to learn, that is Introduction to Relational Database Management System and SQL, which stands for Structured Query Language. Now, what is RDBMS? That is Relational Database Management System. Now, as you know, the database means the collection of interrelated data. So here the RDBMS a database which is considered as a collection of interrelated data. So always the data must be related to each other, then only we can able to retrieve the information whichever we want. So a relationship must be maintained within the database. That's why it is called as the relational database management system. Now here the first term in this is the table. The table is called as the basic unit of a relational database. The table consists of columns and rows. A table consists of one or more tables according to which the data is stored in a table. Database designer decides the name of the table and title of columns. So here a table is nothing but the basic unit of your database. All the data which is stored in the form of table, when we require we can able to access it. A table is a combination of fields and records in which the fields are known as the vertical columns and records are nothing but the horizontal rows, which are also known as the tuples. Now here consider the following example. Now in this table, the title, education requirement, functional area, maximum pay, minimum pay are called as the columns which are verticals. They are also known as the fields, and the rows which are called as the records, they are the horizontally entered. So here title, education requirement, functional area, maximum pay and minimum pay are called as the fields. An executive assistant, a recruiter, SW engineer, SQA engineer, and related to that, whatever data is entered in the horizontal manner called as the rows or records. So a table is nothing but the combination of vertical columns which are called as fields and horizontal rows which are called as the records. Now field, a table consists of the information which is stored under the different headings called as the fields or columns. So fields are nothing but the headings in your table. They are shown vertically in a table. Each field or column has an individual name, but remember the main important rule that two columns cannot have the same name. Record, all the columns in a table make a row. Each row contains information on individual topics. A record is composed of fields and contains all the data about one particular person, company, or atom in a table, in a database. So record is called as the tuple. That means the horizontally whatever we enter according to your field names, that is nothing but a record. A key, a column or a combination of column which can be used to identify one or more rows in a table called as the key of the table. Two concepts are there in this related to key. One is primary key and one is foreign key. A group of one or more keys which are used to uniquely identify the each row of a table called as the primary key, which avoids the duplication of data where the data redundancy is avoided. Foreign key, when we consider the same key in another table, then it becomes our foreign key. Now for example, if there are two tables, one is student and one is mark sheet. Student table contains roll number, name, address, date of birth, and mark sheet table contains roll number, marks, and the percentage. Now in this case, if you see the student contains roll number and the mark sheet also contains roll number, that's why the roll number in student table called as the primary key and the roll number in mark sheet table is called as the foreign key. As both keys are same, the records are same, but they are called in another tables. That's why they are separated as primary key and the foreign key. Now relationships in a database. So it's like that when the tables are related with each other, then it forms a relationship. A relationship in the context of databases is a situation that exists between the two relational database tables. When one table has a foreign key that is used as a reference to the primary key of another table. Now, for example, a table called employee has a primary key called employee ID. Another table called employee details has a foreign key which references employee ID in order to uniquely identify the relationship between the two tables. Now here, when the first primary key is related to another foreign key of the another table, then it forms a relationship. The relationship in these tables is known as one-to-one. Based on that, there are three types. One is one-to-one, second is one-to-many, and third one is many-to-many. So let's see what is one-to-one relationship. One-to-one relationship, when one entity of one table is related to the same entity of another table, then it forms one-to-one relationship. Now in this case, the person and passport details, these are the two tables in which if you see, the person's ID is called as the primary key in person table and person's ID in passport details called as the foreign key. So if we consider this table, so person's ID from person table is related to person's ID of passport details of another table. So it forms one-to-one relationship between the two tables. So when one entity of one table is related to the same entity of another table, then it forms one-to-one relationship. Second is one many relationship, that is when one entity of one table is related to many entities of another table. One teacher can teach many subjects. One student learns many subjects. So where one and many subject, that is one to many relationship. In this type of relationship, a row in the table city can have many matching rows in the table customer. But a row in table customer can have only one matching row in the table city. So it forms a one-to-many relationship. Third is many-to-many relationship. Many students learn many subjects. Many teachers teach many subjects. Many customer purchase many items. So like that, when many entities are related to many entities of another table, then it forms many-to-many relationship. So multiple records in table products are like multiple records in table supplier. Now introduction to SQL, which stands for Structured Query Language. Now children, you learned HTML, that is a language. Here SQL is also a database language which is totally based on the commands. So only with the help of commands we can able to generate the different tables, we can create the tables, we can delete the tables. So it is a computer language for storing, manipulating and retrieving the data stored in a relational database. SQL is a standard language for relational database management system. All the relational database management systems like MySQL, Base, Oracle, Sybase, PostgreSQL, Informix, SQL Server use SQL as a structured database language. It became a standard of the American National Standards Institute in 1986 and International Organization for Standardization in 1987. Using SQL, what you can do, so you can create the new databases. You can create new tables in a database. You can insert the records in a database. You can retrieve data from a database. You can update the records in a database. You can delete the records from a database. You can create the different views in a database. So multiple functions are there. Now there are different types of SQL. The first type is data definition language. So this statement or commands are used to define and modify the database structure of your tables. When you execute a DDL statement, it takes effect immediately. Now all the commands which are related to the table and databases are included in the DDL. So like create database, this command is used to create the databases, where obviously you have to put the name of the database. Create table, it is used to create a new table in the database. Alter table, some fields we want to insert newly, so we can make the modifications in the table. That is, alter table command is used to make the modifications in the table. Drop table command is used to delete the table permanently, and drop database command is used to delete the database permanently. So all these commands are related to table and database. Second type is data manipulation language, which is used for managing the data. Now there are four commands: select, update, delete and insert into. Select command extract the data from a table. Now select command has the two options. One, at a time we can select all the data, or whichever required that we can select. To select all the data at a time, we have to use the wildcard star, that is select star from student, which selects all the fields from the table. Select roll number comma name from the student, which selects only roll number and name from the student. Update, it is used to update the records in a table. Delete command is used to delete the records from a table, and insert into to add the new records in the table. Third type of language is data control language that has the control over the security issues. It also deals with the rights and permissions of the database access. Two commands are included, that is, first is grant and second one is provoke. Grant command is used to provide the access or privileges on the database objects, and provoke command is used to remove these access, rights or privileges on the database objects. So grant, it grants the access, and provoke, it removes the access. That means access is denied for a particular user. So these are the different three types of SQL. One is DDL, second one is DML, and third one is DCL.